Hello everyone, my name is Rathmourne and I've been developing an overlay for any game. This overlay can be used with Diablo or Path of Exile, or if you play Blizzard's weird stepchild of a game of Heroes of the Storm. This can do it all. This overlay is meant to be used with any game. It doesn't use its game files in any way. It just uses the information that is available to you as a player, which is through your eyes. So as we can see here, we can see the screen, right? That's pretty simple enough. And when I mouse over Bloodhowl, you can also see the Bloodhowl next to me is also lighting up. So we're using a Windows function that allows us to replicate screen spaces. This is built into every single Windows system. Now we're doing it in a manner that's a bit nicer, and we have a nice little UI here that can help us facilitate that. But this UI can do just that, as well as much, much more. And we can also move these around. We can order them in any way we want. And it's pretty simple. As you can see here, we can increase the size of them, increase their spacing. We can even move them around as I go into edit mode here. Move them around, place them wherever we want. Now this UI, this overlay, is to help with not looking down at your abilities. You want to keep your eyes in the middle of the screen where your character is. That's where most of the times you're dying because you're not looking at your screen. Or not looking at your character, rather. Or, well, you might be dying to a DC, but that's, whatever. So, this UI is supposed to help you keep your focus on your character, keep your focus on your abilities, keep track of them when they're on cooldown, when they're off cooldown. And this information is always available to you. You can just, if you really want, you can look down at your screen, depending on how big of a monitor you're playing on. That might be a couple, of inches, maybe even a couple feet if you're a lucky, fortunate individual. So we wanted to sort of help out with that. Now we have a bunch more features that are not just for abilities that are coming soon. For example, we have a map overlay. This map overlay will be in this similar style of Diablo 2. We have a beautiful algorithm that is able to cut up pretty much the entire Diablo for Atlas and make it into a Diablo 2 style image map that we can then utilize. Again, this is not using any game data whatsoever. This is all available to us, that overlay. I mean, if you really want to buy a second monitor and open up Map Genie, that's also fine too, but whatever. We also have a dungeon map overlay. That's an overlay for when you're inside dungeons. Helps you just, it's going to be in the middle of your screen. We have center bars coming as well. This creates health and mana bars above your head. Path of Exile has that. They've had it about 2 decades ago, it seems like, and I don't know what Blizzard's doing. We have cursor override. That is one thing that I think I saw on Reddit. They wanted a bigger cursor, so we're going to be able to do that. Just that. We can increase the size of it as big as you guys want. We also have Enchanting Helper. This will show you all the possible enchants and their weights depending on the item that you are enchanting, as well as your player class. So enchants are dependent on player class and the item class. And this helper will do just that. It will tell you what the possibilities are, what the odds are, depending on what you're re-rolling. We also have Flash Tracker. So if you love using Flash for that nice EXP, we're going to have a durations and Flash timer. You can put it wherever you want. If you don't want to make more UI, clutter up your screen space, it will also have a MP4 that you can put in there, put whatever track you want into play that can then, whatever, give you an alarm. We also are going to do event trackers, Helltide tracker. Helltides will also do forecasting for, Helltides are pretty easy to calculate when they're coming and going. So you can forecast, hey, what's today's Helltides schedule look like? As well as world boss tracking. It will tell you when a world boss is coming. It can do an alert for you, an alarm 15 minutes out. Hey, 15 minutes, we got to go. We're also got level tracking. This is going to track not only your level whenever you level up, it's also going to track your EXP per hour. You can set an elapsed time, so right when you enter a dungeon, hit a hotkey, it's going to start tracking your EXP, and then hit the hotkey when you finish that dungeon. It will give you the EXP that you earned in that dungeon, all for you. Again, all this information is available to you on the screen. You just instead of just got to look down at your your EXP bar, but this will do it all for you as well. And then later on, we're also planning on adding our own chat servers to do communications between players. As you can see, my chat is dead, and I have chat open, right? And well, we got gold sellers. That's always fun. And that's it, right? Chat. I mean, this is supposed to be a major release, 10 million people playing or something, and I get just gold sellers. It's fantastic. Terrible. So we're gonna have our own chat. It's gonna have thousands, up to, I think at least more than 1,000 people per channel, and you can create custom channels with it. You can whisper other UI users, Rathmourne UI users. You can whisper them. We'll have communities as well, like what Diablo 3 had. As well as being able to link items between other players. So you're probably wondering, well, how's items going to work? And well, we also are going to be coming out with a player store system. Again, all integrated in this UI. So you're going to have a player store where you can buy and sell items. There's a process that we will be using to recreate items that you'll pretty much just fill out a form. Hey, these are what the stats are on this item, and you'll submit it, and then it will show up in a database somewhere, right? And then we're also going to have Group Finder. Group Finder is going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be very similar to Diablo 3's sort of meta, I guess you want to call it. There's, currently right now, it's just set up to find anybody using the service, but you can conform it to do you want a boss killer? Do you want an AOE killer? Do you want, a supporter? Do you want a CC'er, etc.? There's other ways that you can ask for things. And that group finder is going to be set up very much like World of Warcraft's group finder. You'll just submit, hey, I'm searching for a group, I'm looking for a group, and you can also look for those groups. You can search depending on your activity. It's pretty cool. So all this will be coming out in the weeks to come. We're, this currently is just set up for testing right now. We're just testing out the workflows for these two components, because these two components workflows are pretty much how all of the other components will also work. So we're just testing that out for this alpha testing that we're in right now. We're hoping that alpha testing will last until Season 1 starts, and we're hoping to add things pretty much on a weekly basis, sometime on Saturdays and Sundays, that we will add new things to the overlay. So yeah, we got some options here. Also, should have probably went over this earlier, but we can hit VSync. I generally play with VSync on. Reason why I was on, because it was just a brand new build that I was playing with right now. Usually play with VSync on, just so it's, I play with VSync on as well on my Diablo, so everything's synced up. It's pretty great. I have auto quit on, so if Diablo 4, if Diablo 4 exits for whatever reason, the overlay will also exit. On top of that, we have this main UI button up here. It just controls the main UI of everything. We can, move this thing around, increase the size of it. And then we have the overlay alpha. If you wanted to, I guess, change that, already has some alpha differences on it as well. And then we have devlogs. So every build will have, we'll just start increasing this down and down and down, and you'll see all the changes over time. With that being said, though, if you want to see the changes before we implement them, instead of just having this sort of historical document here, you can join us at our Discord. This will be great if you want to keep up to date with all the changes. It'll be great if you want to talk with us about any bugs that you are encountering, as well as feedback for any issues. and moving forward with different components as well. If you want to vote on what the next component you want to see developed to be, right? We plan on having that to be community-driven, community-led. It's going to be fantastic. So please, please, please join that Discord. And if you feel like giving, if you feel like you like what you see here and want it, want it to be developed a bit further, you can also support us. But again, no need for that. This is being developed no matter what. And yeah, we got the home now. Home is gonna have some stuff here. We'll see what we're gonna put here. Maybe we just get rid of it. Who knows? And everything is saved. So we have currently right now we just have one save profile. But the next thing that we're probably going to be adding is multiple profiles. So you'll be able to select, hey, am I playing Shred? In this case, am I playing a Shred Druid? Or am I going Bone Spirit, right? And, you have different UI layouts for different things. Maybe you're saying, oh, I'm doing Helltides. I want to track some Helltides. It's easier just to click this instead of setting up a component. Or instead, if you don't want to set up a component, you can just reactivate the component. For example, here I just deactivated Bloodhowl and it went away. So, there's different ways that you can change this UI. It's very, there's a lot of options for you there. Now, again, this is incomplete. We are currently in alpha. We're just testing out, a few things, how we like it. We want to get your guys' feedback on the UI, feedback on how things are working, as well as any potential issues with, scaling for, user interface for different ratios. I've been playing on 4K. Should work for 16 by 9, but I don't have an ultra wide monitor. So if someone out there that does and they're using this, if you guys are encountering any issues, please let us know so we can sort of rectify that as soon as possible. Another thing that we don't have just yet is a way to control hotkeys. So we plan on rebinding all the allowing you guys to rebind all hotkeys. As you can see here, toggle nothing. There's no hotkey to toggle these components on and off yet. But there is a hotkey currently set up, Control Alt J, which is what goes into this edit mode here. And you can right click on this to select it, and then you can shift click some of these icons here and you can get them out of the box here. So for example, I just added a bunch of these on accident. If I wanted to add another one, I can add it in, right? Pretty cool system here, works fantastic. And as you can see here, we don't have it selected anymore, and left clicking on it, it does nothing. So yeah, that's pretty much how it's used. There will be a download link in the description at the GitHub page. The Discord will also, I just leveled up by doing nothing. That is awesome. So yeah, you can, there will be a GitHub page. You can just download it, download the zip, unzip it. There'll be directions in the README. The README goes over pretty much everything I just said as well. So yeah, if you have any questions, again, join that Discord. Let me know. And we can hopefully, if there's any issues, we can hopefully settle it. People are probably wondering, is this bannable? So, is it bannable? I would say no, not compared to other things that I've seen that are actually scraping GPUs and scraping their memory and trying to get other information out. This just uses built-in functions of the Windows operating system. So you may need to run the application at an elevated status or maybe even in admin mode to get some of these Windows API. But the TOS pretty much states running Twitch, for example, could ban you. Right? Anything that provides any service or any code that provides any service can get you banned. So, or uses their data. So that's MapGenie. If you have MapGenie open, you can get banned, right? So I think it's a bit skeptical. Now, can they see if you're doing any of these processes? I don't know. I doubt it. I mean, they don't have any kernel level detection, and that's the only way they're going to be able to see if a Windows core level API is being called. So I don't think it's going to get you banned. I obviously have been using this for the past 4 weeks now as I've been developing it on and off. Nothing has been done of it, obviously, because it's the first video of it coming out. So we'll obviously keep you guys posted on any ban updates. I personally don't care if I get banned. That's fine. I'll just go back to playing PoE, where this is not bannable. PoE, you can use this all you want. It's been out. There's been other developers that have done pretty much the same thing as this, just not to this level of user interface, and it's been around for like a year and a half now. So it's you know, but yeah, I mean, if the UI sucks, please let me know. I'm not a UI developer. I'm literally a back end dev. Well, I'm actually a full stack dev, but I hate front end development. I hate UI. So yeah, please let us know how we can improve this, so I can get right on it, improve it, make it the best thing it can be, and yeah, appreciate it. Thank you guys.